in which a new creature became king, the disc jockey. Rather than relying on scripts and cadres of actors and actresses, the disc jockey relied on his own wits and gift of gab, and great big stacks of wax. Among that first generation of disc jockeys was a young man named John Doubleday, Bouncin Bill to his listeners. Bouncin Bill matriculated to that vaunted institution of higher learning, the Pacific School of Radio, graduating to a first phone license in June 1948. With his FCC sheepskin in hand, he broke into the business as the personal chauffeur for Stafford Warner, owner of Oakland's KWBR. When the Warners decided to jump into a new form of radio called FM, John Doubleday was right there at the beginning. In the spring of 1949, at 97.3 KWBR FM, long before it became Alice. He ran the station 5 days a week, turning it on at 2 p.m., turning it back off at 10 p.m., playing classical music and doing all the announcing. A year later, secure in his position, John got married and headed off on his honeymoon. While he and his bride celebrated, the Warners sold KWBR-FM, ain't radio great. John sold vacuum cleaners and sewing machines door to door until getting a full-time gig on the swing shift at KWBR. He made the most of it, working 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., playing R&B records as Bouncin Bill. Then moving to afternoons to replace the one and only Jumpin' George Oxford. After Sonderling bought KWBR in 1959 and turned it into Lucky 13 KDIA, he became its program director, a role he held from July 1960 until 1968, when the company moved him to Washington, D.C. to program their station WOL and serve as their national program director. He returned to Oakland to manage KDIA from 1969 until 1974, before Sonderling bumped him back upstairs as vice president for radio broadcasting at their Miami headquarters from 1974 to 1979. Then Viacom came along and bought KDIA and the Sonderling Group, and they bought a bunch of other stations and a few more, and well, you know the story. Still an incredible 30-year career with an iconic station and an iconic company during one of the most remarkable periods in our history. And for that we honor John W. Doubleday as a pioneer member of the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame's class of 2011. Please welcome Bouncin Bill Doubleday.